Okay, so if you're new to session, guys, you'll need a few things. Firstly, thanks a lot for tuning in. Appreciate your time in doing so. Please like and share. I'd like to get as many people as possible doing these Pilates videos and exercise videos. A few things you'll need a towel, a mat, some water and some space, as you can see from behind me here. That's going to be ideal for the sessions. Let's go ahead and get started. You coming over? So this session we're going to start with roll downs. You going to roll down, Charlie? You going to roll down? So your shoulders are going to be back and down. We're going to set their feet so they're a little bit wider than the hips. Shoulders back and down, neck nice and long. We're going to exhale, draw the navel toward the spine. Remember to pull up with the pelvic floors as well, and if you're unaware of that, I'll post a link so you can see those videos, or you'll see those previous videos. Let's exhale, draw the navel toward the spine, lift up with the pelvic floors, tuck in the chin, close down the rib cage, bring ourselves all the way down, arms are relaxed, shoulders are relaxed. When you get here, soften the knees, drive the knees up, extend the hips, and then work our way through the spine, coming all the way up. Shoulders up, back, down, lengthen through the crown of the head. We're going to exhale, tuck in the chin, rib cage, arms relaxed, shoulders relaxed, coming all the way down. Soften the knees, stay low, drive the hips up. Exhale, bring ourselves up through the spine. So we find that bottom section there, we soften the knees and straighten them and drive the hips up. Really gets these hamstrings working and fired up, ready to then bring us up through the spinal column. We're also going to feel that pressing down through the feet, working through the muscles of the feet and the ankles and the lower extremities of the legs as well. So exhale, tuck in the chin, close down, ripple down. Remember to keep that chin tucked in, knees soft. We're going to drive the hips up, stay low, then drive up through the spine. Don't forget navel to spine, pelvic floors, unravelling, shoulders back and down, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, tuck the chin, close the rib cage, arms are relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Come all the way down, soften the knees, drive up with the hips, bring that through with the spine, arms relaxed, shoulders relaxed, come all the way up, lengthen through the crown of the head. Keep the weight even through the feet the whole time. Let's go ahead and do one last one. Fantastic. Relax the arms, relax the shoulders. Let's make our way down to the mat. We're going to be setting ourselves up for bridge. Arms wide, shoulders back, neck nice and long. Bridge, we're going to inhale, drive ourselves up. On the understanding that inhalation is coupled with extension or supination. Remember, when we drive up, we don't shunt the weight back into the neck and shoulder region, we drive the hips up. We're going to be using the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, and the bottom, the glutes, to drive the hips up, not the quadriceps to push down through the feet and shunt ourselves back. So let's go ahead, let's inhale, drive up, exhale, ripple that spine down, inhalation up, lift the heart, the hips coming up so they're in line with the knees and the shoulders, work to ripple the spine smoothly back down, inhale up, exhale down. Vertebrae by vertebrae coming into contact with that mat all the way down. Relax or release the hips when you get down. Inhale, drive. Exhale, ripple. Let's go ahead and add the arms. So we're going to inhale up and over. Exhale. Peel round with the arms, down with the spine. Inhale up. Exhale round and down. Try not to allow these knees to move, keep them still. We're going to address those inner thigh muscles in a moment and get a co-contraction with them. Let's do one last repetition here. Inhale. Exhale. And relax. So guys, take your towel and we're going to put that between the knees. As usual, I'm going to take my balls, put them between my knees and squeeze. I want you to squeeze so you're working the inner thigh. When we drive up, we're using the glutes. These are external rotators of the femur and hip extensors. The adductors bring the knee in and flex. So they do the opposing job of the glutes, kind of. Think about it like that. And what we're looking to do is create strength either side for those hips to be strong. So we want a good co-contraction which helps create stable joints. So let's go again with bridge. We're going to take one arm down by the side, one arm up over the head now, so the arms get a little bit more complicated, so we need to really concentrate on the arms. Bridge stays the same. Inhale up, even amount of weight through the feet, drive through the hips and glutes and hamstrings. We want to swap the arms over and then bring them round to the side and over the head. So we inhale up, exhale round with the arms, down with the spine. Remember, we want to squeeze our towel between the knees, or in my situation, balls between the knees, whichever you've got there, a towel, a pillow. Give it a squeeze of those knees. Inhale up. Weights on the shoulders and the upper back, not the shoulders and neck. Inhale up. Think about the arms, let's get these right. Inhale, lengthen, drive up, 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 up. Exhale, round to the side. And all the way down. Let's do one more. Inhale up. When you're down here, guys, swap over these arms. So you see, I have my left over my head, my right down by the side. Swap them over. Let's start again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the weight even through the feet. Drive the hips, squeeze the knees. Keep those inner thighs working. Think about the breath. Inhale, drive up, heart lifts, hips lift, ripple the spine down. Let's go ahead and do one last one. Okay. Let's go ahead, guys. Take hold of the ball here, or your towel, or just your hands. If you need the towel to make your neck and head comfortable, put it back there. What I want you to do is to take the knees up, 90-degree bend at the knee. We're going to inhale, hands over, exhale, draw back up. We want to keep our lower back against the mat. If we can't keep the lower back against the mat, just use the arms, or just use the legs. We want to keep the rib cage closed down, a bit of a posterior tilt in the pelvis so the back flattens, and use that connection through the inner unit, that little tension in the transverse pelvic floor diaphragm, and the outer unit, so rectus abdominis, to keep a firm center point to keep that back down. Okay, let's go ahead. So we're going to inhale, exhale. Now if you're using a bit of apparatus like me, we can funk it up a little bit because we can exhale, hold, inhale, keep the lower back flat, exhale, draw up, those shoulders in as well. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. Keep these shoulders drawn into the socket. Breathe in, keep that connection through the shoulder. Let's do a couple more. Last one. And release and relax there. Okay. Now we're going to look at these shoulders. What I want you to do is to, first of all, try and balance my ball here. There we go. Bring the arms up. I want you to draw the shoulders back so you feel the shoulder blades against the mat, and then release them. Okay. So the shoulders are rising up, and then you'll feel the shoulder blades on the mat. Okay. That's the exercise I want you to do. We're going to incorporate navel to spine. What I want you to do is to round forwards and exhale, breathe in, draw back, exhale, navel to spine, lift, breathe in, draw them back, exhale, those hands are in line with the shoulders. Let's keep this going. Hold the legs up off the floor. So we're having protraction and retraction of the scapula and the shoulder complex. And you'll probably feel, when we're doing this exercise, when the arms go up, the shoulders come forward, you're going to feel your lower back going into your mat. Okay? Try and keep that mat and back connected the whole time, so you don't feel too much of a kind of a pressure difference between the shoulder moving, that protraction and retraction. Keep the navel engaged, keep the torso connected. And relax there, good stuff. Pop the arms wide, they just start to move through this lower back and hips. Turn the feet one side, then the other. Okay, keep the arms relaxed and down. Drop the knees one side, drop them the other. And once you've got used to that gentle rotation, you're turning the foot on the side. Don't bring the feet on top of one another. Keep the feet hip width apart. Palms face the ceiling. Let's turn the head in the opposite direction. So knees go left, head turns right, and vice versa. Let's start to slow this down. I want you to close down the rib cage, posteriorly tilt the pelvis, flatten your back against the mat. But I need you to make sure your torso muscles do that work. Remember, our movement radiates out from the navel. Transverse abdominis contracts for normal function between 3 and 5 thousandths of a second before any other skeletal muscle or outer unit muscle. It does that so it can create a firm foundation for the others to work upon and for you to move off of. So make sure we're breathing out, drawing the navel towards the spine, tilt the pelvis backwards, close the rib cage down, and the back will flatten. So we're training our central muscles to work first, creating good core stability. Remember, I like to define core stability as your ability to stabilise spine, pelvis and rib cage while in motion. Let's think about what we're doing why we're doing it. The worst kind of exercise is mindless exercise, not knowing what we're doing, why we're doing it. Here we're working on the torso muscles to create a firm foundation for movement, which does flow into controlled movement generated from the outer muscles of the torso or the outer unit. But we're doing that after we engage the inner unit, the navel towards the spine, the pelvic floors, then we posteriorly tilt the pelvis, close the rib cage down, bring ourselves through to centre, and we incorporate the breathing into this as well, because we know our breath has a massive connection to our ability to stabilise spine, pelvis and rib cage through the diaphragm, through intra-abdominal pressure. And let's relax there, good stuff. Let's move on to our side and start to stretch the chest and the back. I want to keep the knees bent here, arms on top. We're not going to go to stretch the leg just yet. Bring the arm up, drop the shoulder over when the hand is in line. So we wait till we're in line, then we drop the shoulder over and down. And then we come back, hands perfectly together. Just use your towel to make sure the head is comfortable. So when you roll back, the head is still being supported. Over we go. And then we come back. And understanding breathing in is expansionistic or coupled with supination. When the arm is lifting up and away, that is supination, so we're breathing in. We're breathing out. Breathing in. Out. In. Last one. We're trying to lay that shoulder down behind us. Let's go ahead and start to use our legs. We're going to bring the arm in, drop the shoulder back and down. We're going to move into the leg circles. This is where the top knee lifts up, so it's in level with the knee or slightly higher than. We're going to bring the up nice and high, extend through with the heel. Grab the air with the toe as you come underneath and in line, bring the knee back up. You may want to pop the top hand, if it's not happy in front here, put it behind you and let it nestle in the waistline, okay? That helps keep the shoulder back as well. Let's keep going with those leg circles, cycling the leg through. it smooth. Exhale, round. Inhale, up and through. Exhale, draw the navel toward the spine. We do it this way round because when we extend the leg out, it's really long, it's heavy, we want a lot of stability, so we pull the navel toward the spine upon the exhale. And the leg goes out and round. Inhale. Last one. Now we are going to keep that leg up nice and high. Hold the leg if we can. Let's go ahead, take the other arm up, over, hold it behind you, static stretch. Release that arm and have a roll over onto the other side. Let's set ourselves up here, hands in front, bringing the arm up, level the shoulder, wait for it to become level, drop the shoulder down. I'm not too concerned about the knees. Relax the knees. If they want to drop back a little bit, let them drop back that little bit. Remember, the navel draws towards the spine as we exhale. When we breathe in, we come over. We exhale, draw the navel in. And back we come. Last couple, wait for that arm to align with the hand and shoulder. Over we go. Last one. Fantastic. Let's bring that arm in front. Or remember, we can rest that hand behind us, fingertips in the waistline, shoulder back and down, head resting on the towel. Let's bring the leg up, through, and circle. Bring the knee up, and the leg is underneath us. Grab the air with the toes, up we come, through, and round. inhalation here. Exhalation, navel to spine, pelvic floor. Grab the air with the toe as well. Work through the ankle. Relax that leg up nice and high. Hold that leg. Static stretch. Bring the arm over, behind, hold. Release that arm and relax. Just roll over onto our backs now, guys. We're going to be working abdominals. We're going to start with lower abdominals. So we're nice and lengthened out through the chest, through the shoulders, through the torso, a little bit the lower back. Let's now start to work on the lower abdominals that tend to be weak, okay, or untrained. So we've worked on the area of general tightness in the upper quarter, stretching through the chest and shoulder regions. Now we're going to address the potential weakness or untrained lower abdominals. It's important to note that the abdominal wall has, in some texts, up to 9 points of nervous innervation. This is to say it's like having 9 brains. Your abdominal wall can do a lot of jobs. The next nearest in regards to nervous innervation comes the shoulder with 3 points of nervous innervation, and the shoulder is the most unstable joint in the whole body, and it can literally move through thousands of degrees. In fact, a healthy shoulder should be able to depict thousands of degrees to say it's healthy, with closed eyes within a few centimetres of each other. What I'm saying here, guys, is your abdominals are very intelligent, and we can train them in many ways. They have the ability to segment. That means they can do different types of contractions or perform different types of movements for the upper and the lower simultaneously. Part can contract eccentrically, part can contract concentrically, and lots of other examples. It's important that we work the lower abdominals because these help stabilise the pelvis during gait, running, walking and sprinting. So a bit of relevance there for you runners and triathletes and cyclists or sports people in general. How do we do this? I'm going to offer you a few levels. We're going to go with the base level first, which is a pelvic tilt. But that sounds quite simple, a pelvic tilt. You would be amazed how many people move into bridge instead of doing a pelvic tilt. It's important, this first level, to create that awareness and connection to your lower abdominals so they can start to work. And remember, your thoughts are things, and if you've read the post and seen the clip about the relaxation and de-stressing to the sound of the water, you'll understand in there, because there's detailed research, that positive directed thought has the ability to change the structure of DNA. Your thoughts are powerful things. It's important we connect with thinking about what we're doing. Okay, so we're going to be here. A pelvic tilt is an exhalation. The navel draws towards the spine and we rock the pelvis back, flatten the back. We do not move up into bridge. It's a pelvis movement. Not legs, Not upper abdominals, not arms and shoulders, pelvis rocking from the lower abdominals. So we'll do a few at this lower level and I'll demonstrate the increases in intensity as we go. So pelvic tilt, exhale, draw the navel down, breathe in, relax the pelvis. The back may well come off the floor a little bit as we release and relax. Exhale, flatten the back, rock the pelvis back. That's all we need. Breathe in. Breathe out. Next level, we'll do that on tiptoes. Exhale, rock the pelvis back. Inhale. Release. Exhale, rock the pelvis back. Inhale, release. Next level, we're going to bring these legs, knees towards the shoulders as high as they can be. Heels towards the bottom. Knees are bent as they can be. You are not going to move the legs, but they will be moved. The pelvis is going to be tilted back because we're doing a pelvic tilt. Your legs, you may have noticed, via the femoral acetabulum or your hip, insert into your pelvis. So if you move your pelvis, the legs are going to move because they're attached. So I want you to think about disconnecting the idea of you throwing the legs and moving the legs, and change that to one of rotating, tilting, moving the pelvis. Looks like this. So we exhale, we rock the pelvis back. We inhale and we let it come down. So this is correct. We rock the pelvis back, the knees come up, we breathe in and we lay it back down. This is incorrect. You can see a swing of the legs, an extension with the knees, and therefore we're using these hip flexors, the quadriceps, iliopsoas. We want to fix the knees. Just rotate the pelvis. Inhale. Relax it down. The palms are facing the ceiling. If the hands are facing the floor, you're going to be hunching the shoulders, and you may well find you're kind of gripping with the neck and the tongue and the jaw. Okay, how we stabilise the shoulder neck girdle is how we learn to stabilise the pelvic girdle, and that's showing through infant development, where we start to move and groove and get associated with the head and neck and the arms. That movement pattern, that engram, is then remembered and kind of reused and repatterned down towards the lower quarter, i.e. the pelvis. And the shoulder girdle and the pelvic girdle have a lot of comparative anatomy that is very suggestive and supportive of that hypothesis as well. So palms face the ceiling so you don't grip and kind of hunch those shoulders. Okay, exhale here. Inhale, let's do last couple. Excellent, and relax. And those of you who are fairly new to Pilates, certainly my tutorials, my sessions, if you're not familiar with that move, I'd like to put that on your homework list along with your navel to spine and pelvic floor exercises. We don't want overused, over-facilitated lower abdominal muscles, but we do want them to be strong and able to stabilise that pelvis during motion. So this is a good one to put on your homework list, and do not necessarily just go to the most advanced exercise of having the knees up. There is a more advanced exercise that I haven't demonstrated because I don't want you to move on to these and think it's wonderful and very fashionable to do the toughest exercise. I want you to be doing the level that is appropriate for you. And from my experience, it is the most appropriate to be doing the knees more than straight legs. So if you need to just take pelvic tilts, take pelvic tilts. There's no shame in taking lower exercise if you're doing it correctly. We want to create healthy movement habits. Okay, let's move on to upper rectus abdominis now. And again, we're going to keep it quite simple. We're going to fold the arms over the head, take the hands, interlock them here. We're going to exhale as we breathe out, pull the navel towards the spine, lift up with the pelvic floors. As we exhale, we're going to curl up, close the rib cage down. Inhale, and come back down. And again, what I want you to avoid is this. We don't want to get the arms to move forward and then the momentum to pull us up. We want to think about closing the lower rib down and into the abdominals, flattening the lower back. The arms, like the legs in our previous exercise, are along for the ride. Okay? Your arm, your humerus, attaches into the scapula that rides the back and the rear of the rib cage. When we close the rib cage down and curl up, the scapula comes with it, therefore the arm comes with it. We're not throwing the arms forward first and then the rib cage following after. We want to exhale, tuck the chin slightly, close the rib cage down, bring the arms with the rib cage, breathe in, extend and lengthen. To make things a bit tougher, we might want to lay the legs out straight. Exhale, close the rib cage down. If we're uncomfortable with the arms being over the head, just cross the arms, place the thumbs on the sternum, exhale. Inhale, but if you can, fold the arms over the head. If we're taking the straight level exercise with the legs out straight, make sure they stay straight. You might be tempted to do this, where you bend the knees. Keep the legs straight, put a little bit of tension through the quadriceps, or you can fold one leg on top of the other. Close that rib cage down on the exhale. And release. Let's go ahead and finish with an abdominal exercise that works both the lower and the upper. I tend to call this one the wood louse because we're curling ourselves up much like a wood louse. And again, I tend to use this exercise. I'm not sure if it's been patterned by anyone else, but it's certainly one that I've come to find very effective in incorporating the lower and the upper rectus abdominis and the extremities. So we want to take the arms out to a Y shape and the legs to be a little bit extended. What I want you to do is breathe out, curl in, take the arms over the top of the knees. So we're rocking that pelvis back, we're closing that rib cage down. Breathe in and open up. So we've got supination, inhale, pronation, exhale. Go up and over the knees, don't pull the knees. Tuck in the chin, make sure we pull that pelvis up as well. Exhale, curl and round, fold in, inhale, Control that supination. Last one. And relax and release there. Okay guys, thank you very much for joining me this session. That concludes the session. Hopefully there was some information there that you weren't aware of before. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and share these videos. I want to get as many people as we can partaking in the videos, the Pilates videos, tutorials, and the I Am functional workouts as well. But thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.